Welcome back to 556 Media. We're back in the shop and on the bench. In this video, we're going to talk about my battle belt. Let's get into it. So many people that watch this channel are going to already know what a battle belt is, its intended purposes, and who uses them, who wears them. So essentially, these are generally used by military, particularly the special operations community, also law enforcement, depending on your assignment. But it's a platform to carry equipment or additional equipment instead of carrying it on your ballistic carrier, your chest rate, your plate carrier, or your soft body armor outer carrier vest. And it takes some weight off of the carrier, your outer carrier, armor carrier that you wear. And in particular, that's because if you have to go prone, meaning laying down, whether you're under fire or exchanging fire with an adversary, you don't have a lot of this crap hanging off the front, back, and sides of your plate carrier, chest rig, your outer soft body armor carrier. And we're going to go over what I have on mine, and we're going to start with basically the belt and the pouches and work our way up to the actual gear, tools, equipment that I carry on mine. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the base level of the battle belt, and that is the belt itself. And in this case, it is a London Bridge Trading United States government or USGI issued belt. And this one's in size large, however they are adjustable. Depends. A good rule of thumb is order maybe one size larger than your normal belt size and adjust it down as needed. And as you can see, this one is lined with Velcro. There's different ways to attach your battle belt to your inner belt. You can have the reverse Velcro belt on your pants, or you can use belt keepers if you so choose, but that's kind of a pain. It just takes up more room and adds a little bit more weight. It is secured by your standard plastic buckle, high strength plastic, and in this case they use the safety, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's a safety point where it's a two-step process to release it. You have to push this button in and release these two to detach it from the receiving clip. Very sturdy, very strong. It is rigid material, so although nylon and Velcro, there is supported material in there. Usually it's some type of plastic material. London Bridge Trading does have high quality belts. So as you can see, this is sturdy, this is rigid. It doesn't really fold over. It flexes very well when you put it around your waist, but you want it rigid because if you're drawing a pistol or drawing your flashlight or drawing your knife or drawing anything from any of these pouches, you don't want the belt and the equipment to pull away from your body, to kind of lift up and away from your body. You want it rigid, and that's why this is designed this way. And there are many manufacturers out there. I just happened to come across this one, which was new old stock, USGI surplus, still brand new in the packaging for a very good price. So knowing their reputation, I went with this one, tested it out, both at home and on the range and in the field, and it works. I like it. Make your own choices. This is the one I use. So I'm going to go over each of these pouches and the tools and equipment that they are used to hold on the battle belt and why they're there. Now in the military, particularly special forces, there would be mission specific. In law enforcement, same thing depending on your assignment. In the civilian world, it would be purpose driven. The key thing to a battle belt is interchangeability. I can add or remove certain pieces of equipment depending on my needs at the time. So law enforcement, military, mission driven, civilian world, purpose driven, usually self-defense, things like that. One of the most important things, as I always stress, training. If you create a battle belt, you damn well better train with it and learn how to set it up, what should be moved around, what should be removed, what could be added, things like that. This one I have is set up for anything I need, whether it's for self-defense, training, that type of thing. And as you saw, most of these pouches are MOLLE driven, meaning it's a certain type of attachment where I can weave it through a MOLLE type system to even further secure each pouch or carrier. However, I just have it on my belt in this manner. All right, right off the bat, I'm going to apologize because this video is kind of going to be broken up. It's going to be like a start-stop type thing for these items, the equipment, pouches, but that's how I got to do it in this case because I've only got one hand to use, and it's my bad hand to use to work everything on this belt while I'm filming. So let's get into the first one. We're going down here. We're starting at the front. This is going to be the front of the belt around the waist. So this is a double magazine pouch. So for your pistol magazines, and in my case, I carry a Beretta M9, and this is a new old stock USGI. I can't remember what branch of the military this came from, but this one holds 2 pistol mags. And remember, the purpose of carrying the pistol and spare ammunition is because if your main weapon system either fails or runs out of ammunition, and in my case it's an AR-15 platform, more of an M4 style carbine, I have my go-to backup transition firearm, in this case pistol, so I have 2 spare pistol magazines right up front. The second one is an extra main weapon system platform magazine, and again, like I said, the AR-15 style platform. This is a new old stock Marine Corps single magazine pouch, and you'll notice it's just sitting without its protective cover on because this is very sturdy and rigid. This mag is not going to fall out. If at some point this pouch becomes loose over time with use, yeah, that rhymed, then I can simply use the cover and attach it on the other side to further secure the magazine inside of this pouch. Up next, my tourniquet. And what I chose to do, and this is not a military issued tourniquet carrier. This one is designed to also hold trauma shears, which you can kind of see in the back. So I have a tourniquet and trauma shears. Requires training, but highly effective. So I carry a tourniquet and trauma shears, and it's very compact in this carrier, and I like that. It's very rigid, well constructed. So this works very well for me. Up next, we have the multi-tool pouch, and this is USGI surplus, new old stock, got it brand new, great price. The tool came with the sheath and couldn't beat it, acquired it. It's on my battle belt. You never know when you're going to need a multi-tool, so it's always great to have one on hand. Up next, this is you can use these for distraction devices, or in simple terms, a flashbang, smoke grenades, things like that. In my case, I carry a distraction device or a flashbang, and we'll get into that a little bit more here soon. But this is also new old stock United States Army issue, and as you can see, it's in the digital camouflage pattern, and great price again, brand new, so never issued, so I got that. And that follows up with my IFAK, or individual first aid kit. Now, I built my own. Why? Because I've been involved in fire rescue EMS, been trained in emergency medical care at the basic levels, up to the trauma levels. So it's always good to have first aid. And remember, with this, individual first aid kits are generally meant to be used on you by somebody else, but you can use yours on somebody else if need be. This one is a trauma kit, as I said, and I like this particular carrier because those of you that know, again, United States Army issue, new old stock, got it brand new, still in the bag. I like this one in particular, not just for the pattern, the camouflage pattern, digital camouflage pattern, but also because it has 2 spare pockets on it. And the reason why I like that is it fits the size of the trauma kit that I have, but it also has the 2 pouches where I carry ear protection, those soft foamy plugs that you can put in your ears. And I carry a zip tie in this one. Zip ties are awesome for making quick repairs on this battle belt should one of the straps, the MOLLE straps that hold it down, go bad. So we'll get into that more. Finally, next to that, well, not finally, next to that, I have a knife, a fixed blade knife. Full shank, but it is a SOG Seal Pup. And again, get into that later. Non-military issued, the SOG Seal Pup. I like it. A fixed blade knife. The other thing I like, it comes with their sheath. It also has an extra pocket attached. Generally speaking, that's usually used for sharpening stone. Mine is empty. I don't like carrying sharpening stones, but if I needed to throw something in here last minute, it fits, I can throw it right in there. Here we have the boomstick holder. So this is, once again, new old stock USGI Safariland thigh rig. And thigh rig, as you can see, it's a drop down style holster. It is adjustable. I like it because it's specifically made for, just like all Safariland products are made, holsters are made for specific firearms. This one, got it brand new, military surplus, at an outstanding price, and it's a high quality product. Works perfect for me. I've worn a thigh rig on the job for many years. I like it, so I went with that. But we go to the holster, this Safariland holster. And finally, for real finally, my Surefire G2Z combat light and the holder. Now, I can't remember if this holder was military issued. I don't think it was. The flashlight certainly wasn't, but it's an LED flashlight, and I like this holder. It secures very well, retains the flashlight very well, and that also ends up at the front of my belt, just across from my double mag holder for my pistol. So that's an overview of what's on the belt. Let's get into the tools, the equipment. I apologize. I had to reshoot this entire, I think it was like a 18 minute segment, because I screwed it up in both creating the video and editing, so I'm doing it again, so deal with it. So we're going to start from the front. So 2 extra pistol mags. As I said, I carry a Beretta M9, which was a former 96D, and it has a magazine in it. and I carry 2 extra magazines, factory Beretta OEM magazines. And I can't remember which branch of the service this particular mag pouch came from, but it was new, old stock, military surplus. So I carry 2 extra ones. So I have 3 pistol mags on my battle belt at all times. And again, it's a backup to my primary weapons platform, which is the AR-15. So there's that. Okay, the next up pouch, again, the single mag pouch for the AR-15, M16, M4 type platform. I have, my primary weapon is a carbine length AR-15, and I do carry PMags, Magpul PMags, as my primary magazine in all of my AR platforms, which I have many, and all are chambered in 5.56, and this is what goes in here. And this is a single military USGI issued single magazine holder. And this one in particular, if I'm correct, and I think I am, was made for the Marine Corps. And also I obtained it new, unissued, good deal. And it's rigid yet flexible. And as I said before, I do not use the flap to cover it because retention is not an issue at this point. Should it be an issue, then I can use the flap. But that's what goes in here. That's the one. And also, Magpul, I love you. I love you. But you usually include a dust cover with every PMag that you sell. I understand their purpose, and it is a valid purpose. However, in a fully loaded mag or for long-term storage, I don't know, but also specifically when trying to place it into a mag pouch, these don't work. So I do not use them on my PMags that I purchase. I just have a large collection of them. Great concept. Understand why they did it, but I think they could save a lot of time and money in manufacturing and sales by not including this. Let it up to the end user. Just a personal opinion. But good concept, not needed, mostly. All right, so this one I'm not going to break down. I'm not going to take the tourniquet out nor the trauma shears, but this is part of my trauma kit, my IFAK. This is a well-known branded tourniquet. I'm not throwing out names. Again, I'm not sponsored or anything by any of these product sellers or creators, but a very reliable and proven tourniquet with the built-in shears, trauma shears holder. And in this particular instance, this is not a USGI tourniquet and trauma shear holder. I just happened to find it online and I bought it. I used it at work, so I bought one in this color, and we'll get into colors again. But I got this one. You can pull out your shears or your tourniquet, use them collectively or individually, but it goes in addition to the IFAK for emergency medical care. And very handy to have. And once again, has MOLLE attachment. I can pop it right off my battle belt, put it on my my vest, my outer carrier, my plate carrier, and transition it, but I prefer to have it right here. All right, up next in line, we got the multi-tool, and this is a USGI Gerber MP600 multi-tool. I'm not going to try to finagle it, open it, etc., show you all the tools inside with one hand, even though they try to make it easier to do that. It's not that easy to do that. However, you need a multi-tool, whether it's for repairs in the field on your firearms to anything from survival situations to just repairing general equipment, you need to have a multi-tool. Yes, there's a blade in there, there's a saw, there's a Phillips head screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, there's just a bottle opener, different stuff in here. But you can use this in a pinch very easily, very rugged, durable, reliable. This is the one I chose to have on my battle belt versus my Leatherman's, my SOG, whatever. But I've always carried a multi-tool, whether on the job or anything else. My battle belt has one, and this is it. And as I said, this is actually USGI, new old stock, so it works. Check it out. So up next we have my distraction device slash flashbang, commonly referred to as a flashbang pouch, and also USGI new old stock, basically new but unissued is what that means. And inside of mine I carry a triple banger, and what that means in layman's terms is it's a thing that goes boom, except it does it 3 times. So a lot of times you will have a single banger like this one, this mini bang, and there will be a pouch that's designed for this that's a little bit smaller, but this is a larger unit, and they come in handy for all kinds of things. So you can distract an opposing force, an adversary, an attacker. You can pull this out, pull the pin, toss it, and it goes boom 3 times. Or you can choose the one banger. It's up to you. But this is what I carry, and based upon my training experience, either one works. So it's up to you. I just chose a 3 banger. So take your pick. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that know about this stuff on here that comment and say, your pin's on the wrong side. Yes, it is. And the reason why is this is a used one. I have not replaced the element, and that's all I'll say, the element in it, and I put the pin on the opposite side of the safety because this is a wall hanger in my shop. That's all it's for now. So there's that. But distraction device slash flashbang on my battle belt. All right, moving right along the battle belt, we're getting to the medical stuff. So you always have to have medical gear, no matter where you carry it. I don't care if it's in your pocket, on your battle belt, on your body armor, your plate carrier, what have you. This is an actual trauma kit. This is not your boo-boo kit that you buy from CVS, Walmart, or wherever they sell a little plastic box of Band-Aids and a couple small pieces of gauze. This is an actual trauma kit. This one, as you can see, this one's made by Medtorm, but it contains some serious trauma gear in a small package. So you've got a pair of latex gloves, basically, or they call them Triton. Latex gloves, quick clot combat gauze, very important, stops bleeding. You have a large field dressing, an H bandage, and you also have a second tourniquet. This one's a SWAT T tourniquet. So I have 1 tourniquet, now I have 2. And generally speaking, IFAKs, individual first aid kits, are meant to be used on you by somebody else. However, there's nothing wrong with you using your IFAK on somebody else that needs it, whether they have one or not. And this one is resealable. You can tell once you strip away the top, you have a Velcro, or I'm sorry, not Velcro, Ziploc closing, so you can keep your content secure. Now, I personally carry it in this Canteen digital camo carrier because I don't like carrying bulky items in my cargo pants pockets. I don't care if it's BDUs, ACUs, 511s. I don't like shoving this in one of my side pockets because it's just cumbersome. I just don't like that. It it inhibits flexibility, things like that. So I prefer to carry it in a separate unit, a separate pouch. And yes, as I said before, I can remove any of these items at any time, either before I put it on or after I put it on. So this battle belt is fully modular, just like any other battle belt should be. But anyway, back to the point, this is what I carry as my IFACT, my trauma kit. Up next in line on the battle belt, my fixed blade knife. My knife of choice, at least for now, and has been, is a SOG Seal Pup. And yeah, they named it Seal because I think they wanted to have the association. I'm pretty sure they never had a contract with the Navy SEALs, but this one, SOG contracts out their work, but they do make quality products, whether it's knives, multi-tools, things like that. This one, the SOG Seal Pup, is made in Taiwan. It does have a rubberized grip. It's supposed to be a full tang. What I do like, it has a drop point blade. What I specifically like, and a lot of people don't, and I'll get a lot of comments maybe about it, it has a partially serrated blade. Now, your regular blades can cut through things, yes, but when you're cutting through tougher items, you kind of want to have some serrations available. So 550 cord, rope, heavier items that it's going to take you longer to cut through with a standard blade. I do like the partial serrations on this blade. The grip, it's kind of rubberized, fits well in my big hand, and it works for me. And yes, I did used to carry this directly attached through MOLLE on my plate carrier. However, I found it was difficult to draw with the triple mag pouch I have on my plate carrier. So I moved it to the belt. If I ever need to, in the field or before I go in the field, I can switch it back to the plate carrier. So SOG Seal Pup, that's my battle belt knife. And I do like I said, I do like the extra pouch it comes with on the sheath. And generally those are meant for carrying sharpening stones, but you can put all kinds of things in there. I leave mine empty just in case I have a last minute item I want to put in there. So small item, but it works. I like it. All right, so something I'm sure people are waiting for, my go-to pistol, my backup weapons platform. So I chose the Beretta. This was a Beretta 96D that I transformed into a Beretta M9 using factory Beretta parts, factory USGI New Old Stock parts. Like the entire upper assembly is M9. It's actually stamped M9. So I basically converted from 40 Smith & Wesson to 9mm. The only thing I did was I replaced the standard selector, the safety selector, to a factory Beretta G decocker unit because there were a lot of complaints, and I actually experienced this, where when you're trying to manually rack the slide back, you accidentally or unintentionally place the firearm in safe mode. So that is one fault of Beretta over history. I attempted to correct it, and I have not had any problems with this firearm. Very smooth shooting, and yes, I'm a Glock fanboy, but this is what I chose to carry on my battle belt. And 9mm NATO round, so I like that too. Plenty of ammo around. So there you go. And it fits well in my USGI M9 thigh holster from Safariland, so another benefit. All right, and finally, the flashlight. You have to have light. I don't care if you have a weapon-mounted light system, you need some sort of redundancy, and in my case, this serves both purposes, although I do have a redundant source on my plate carrier. This is the Surefire G2Z, and it is LED, uses the CR123 batteries, and it is basically a combat light, and that's what they call it. So the reason why they call it that is because you see this little unique grip right here. You place your fingers around it. You have a push button switch for momentary on. You can also grip your pistol. So I can grab my Beretta pistol with this light in my left hand, pistol in the right, put them together, and I have a weapon light. I have a light that shows downrange to see my target, my adversary, and LED, long lasting, very bright. That's what I chose. I carried Surefire and Streamlight for many years on the job. I chose this particular model because I've used it on the job. It was proven effective, and I have one on my battle belt. All right, so as I said, this is my battle belt video, my personal battle belt that I have ready 24/7, 365. I can throw it on as is. I can take any of these pouches and equipment off as needed. Remember, whether your mission or purpose requires all these tools and things, that's up to you. Training is key for all of this, and I do train with mine. And again, like I said, I can take each of these pouches off, or the pieces of equipment off, whether I'm wearing the belt or not. I can either ditch them or relocate them onto my chest rig, my plate carrier, because my plate carrier is MOLLE compatible. Basically all this is MOLLE compatible. So if I decide at some point that I don't want this behind my back, my IFAK behind my back, reach around, unsnap it, and I can either ditch it or relocate it on my chest rig, my plate carrier, if so desired. Anything could on here. So there's that. Anyway, look forward to an upcoming video, a viewer requested video regarding the different styles of batons police use. I plan to do that. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. See you on the next one. So the final thing I'll add for the battle belt system or platform, whatever you want to call it, is diversity, the ability to add or change or remove things on your battle belt platform. That's pretty critical. And to address, people are gonna be like, well, you got all these different colors on there. Well, yeah, so we got coyote / desert tan, black. We got the digital camouflage. So remember, camouflage serves a purpose. It's designed to break up a silhouette. So when you have different colors, it breaks up your silhouette, no matter what type of environment you're in. I don't care if you're in the woods, in an urban environment. I obtained what I could obtain, and I designed it as it is to break up that silhouette, that pattern, to be immediately recognizable. So that's why that serves a purpose. So hope that answers a couple questions, because I'm sure they'll be in the comments. If anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, critiques, feel free to list them in the comments below. I'm open to criticism. I'm open to ideas. So thanks.